So it's July 2024. It's the 4th of July here in the UK, and it's election day, or as I like to say, selection, because that's what it is. It's not a general election, it's a general selection because your vote actually doesn't matter. I know that that's a controversial statement, but that is the reality. You see, you're given an illusion of freedom, you're given an illusion of choice. So you have a choice between Labour and Conservative. That's generally the common choice. They're the two biggest parties. And, we've had the Conservative government. Now it's looking, well, we know it's going to be a Labour government. And how do we know, or how do I know that? Well, Keir Starmer, for example, World Economic Forum, Trilateral Commission, they've been predictive programming us now for a while on the TV. Even in some of these debates, some of the party leaders and party deputy leaders and members of these other parties who've been taking place in these debates, they've been saying things like, we know Labour are going to win, we know the Conservatives are going to lose, we know Keir Starmer's going to win. So they're telling you what's going to happen, they're getting you ready, and that's because they're all in on it. If you watched any of the debates at all, in the closing comments, you'll notice that they're clearly reading off auto cues. It's all a masquerade, it's all fake. Now, I posted a short video on TikTok, and I'm getting comments saying, vote Reform UK, mate. Well, just let me explain something to you. Reform UK are controlled opposition. Albert Pike, the 33-degree Freemason from the United States, is quoted as saying, when the people need a hero, we will supply them. These politicians are all controlled. They have control files on them. They'll be Freemasons. Don't believe that Nigel Farage is going to save the UK. He's going to save absolutely nothing. Rishi Sunak's playing his part in order to ensure that the Conservatives lose. But if you want a perfect example of how the system actually works, what I would suggest to you is watching a low budget film on Prime Video called The Jones Plantation. I won't tell you anything else about it, but it perfectly demonstrates the situation that we find ourselves in. But basically, you're given an illusion of choice, and it is an illusion. The real power brokers are the unseen, behind the scenes. You don't even know their names. Obviously, we hear things like the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, the Astors. There's all these families named, and they are power brokers, but there's even powers behind them, and it's a spiritual battle ultimately. And Satan, through his secret societies and corporations and all these human underlings, he controls all things, and these politicians are just another pawn on the chessboard that Satan moves around. So my advice is simply don't waste your time. It is a waste of time. I know that's a controversial statement, and some may be thinking, we had soldiers die for our freedom. Well, I'm an ex-soldier, and I can assure you that all wars are banker wars. We've been lied to about absolutely everything. Everything. Start digging into these things. Look into secret societies. Look into how history has been fabricated. Look into how voting is rigged. See, the difference between, say, Russia and North Korea and us is that they know they're not free. We think we are. There is no freedom. It's an illusion. So they're just my sort of thoughts for today, because I've got people saying to me, oh, go and vote Reform UK, mate. I'm not going to vote for anybody because I know that my vote doesn't matter. So I'm not taking the precious time that I have and using it to walk down to the community centre, do my little cross in the box there, and then walk back. I'm not wasting my time. I mean, you may disagree with me, but what I would say is, if you don't believe me, go and do some research. That's all I would say.